So today we've got just a nice little chill class, right? If you're looking to not get up off of your mat, this is the class for you. So take your time, even though it's not necessarily super intense or a lot of work, make sure you're moving in a way your body needs to move. So enjoy class and namaste. Finding a comfortable seat, taking inner thigh rotation, aligning the heels to the groin, and sitting tall. Ground into the pelvis, extend out through the crown of your head. Relax into the shoulders and hips. Engaging the belly, lifting the pelvic floor, pulling the lower belly in and up, sitting tall through your sides. Let's come to the breath. Begin to stretch that breath out. Eventually making your way to that nice, full, just beyond comfortable place. Keeping the eyes closed, staying focused on the breath. Let's begin to add gentle movement. With the exhale, drop your chin to your chest. With the inhale, lift your face toward the ceiling, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. We'll do that again. Exhale down. And inhale as you look up. Bringing your head back to center. Take a nice big breath in. With your exhale, looking over toward your right shoulder. Stretching the side of the neck, and then coming back to center. Taking the second side, inhale to the left. And then inhale back to the middle. With the inhale, looking over to the right again. This time, drop your chin down toward your shoulder and roll it to the center of your chest. Inhale your face up to the middle. And then exhale as you look over to the left. Letting the chin roll down back to the center of the chest again. Inhale the head back to center. And then on the exhale, drop your right ear over toward your right shoulder and just let your head hang heavy. Keep the shoulders relaxed. You can make this a little bit more intense by extending the left arm away from your body. Maybe bringing the right arm up and over the top of the head there, reaching toward your ear. Give a little pull. Releasing that, come back to center, and then switch sides. Dropping the left ear over toward the left shoulder. Again, just letting the head hang. Extending the right arm away from the body if you'd like that. Left hand up and over, giving that little extra pull if that's you on this side. Nice big breaths. And then releasing. We'll extend both arms out to the sides, and with your next inhale, stretch them up toward the ceiling. And then exhale and bring them back down again. Let's go again. Inhale. And exhale. Once more. Inhaling back to the top. Let's exhale the right hand back to the mat and take a little tip over to that side, keeping the pelvis rooted and the left shoulder drawn back. With the inhale, make your way back to center. And then exhale over to the left. taking a nice full breath here. Inhaling back up again. And then once more like that to each side. So take it to the right. Back to the center. And over to the left. With the inhale, making your way back up to center again. And then exhale to release the arms. Sitting tall, let's bring the right hand to the left knee and the left hand behind the back. Give yourself a gentle little twist over to the left. Keeping the shoulders over the hips. Nice full breaths. Let's release that, coming back through the center, take the second side. Let's bring it back to center. Take that first side again. Use your left arm like a second spine and pull against the knee, rotating a little bit deeper through the spine, as even as you can from the bottom to the top. Relax into your shoulders. Big full breaths. Back through the center, taking the second side, using the arms, again, to draw yourself a little bit deeper. We'll release back to center. Hands to the knees. Here on an inhale, we're going to draw the shoulder blades together on the back, lifting the chest toward the ceiling. And then reverse that. Round through your spine, drop your chin, tuck your tailbone under, exhale. Follow your breath in and out of those two positions. And just gently work a little bit deeper into the spine as you go. Let's find center here. And instead of having the heels aligned, bring the soles of the feet together, pulling the heels as close to the groin as they'll go. Relax your hips, relax your shoulders. You can use your elbows at your inner hips to press down as you hinge the body forward. Think belly button to heels. Keep the shoulders back and the spine nice and long here. On an inhale, hinge it back up and extend the legs. Take them out long, legs straight, feet flexed, adjusting your seat if you feel a little bit off there. Make sure the belly's still pulled in to support the lower back. We're going to extend the arms toward the ceiling, and then on an exhale, bring yourself over into fold. Allow yourself to rise and fall with your breath a little bit here. So on the inhale, let it lift you up out of the fold. And with the exhale, allow you to sink in a little bit deeper maybe. Working with the breath in and out like that. And just see where it takes you. Inhaling on your way back up. Exhale, release the arms. We're going to open the feet out into a straddle then, and take your feet as wide as they need to be to feel just a little bit of a stretch at the inner thigh, inner hip here, making sure that the pelvis is upright. So readjust your seat if you need to readjust your seat. Legs are straight, feet are flexed, just like when they were together. Sitting tall, making sure the belly's pulled in, extending out the crown of your head. We're going to reach the arms up. Rotate the body around toward the right leg and then fold over the right leg here. Let your hands fall to either side of the leg. Try not to reach for your toes. Not about touching your toes. Making sure the pelvis is upright. Even into the mat. And the spine is long here. Shoulders are back. Just like before, can you feel a little rise and fall with the breath? Maybe gently working you a little bit deeper into the stretch. On the inhale, make your way back to center, and then exhale and take yourself over to the left. Same idea. Starting off gentle, using the breath to maybe work a little bit deeper. Make sure your pelvis is even and the spine is long. With the inhale, make your way back to center. Exhaling, release your arms. Let's take the right hand, place it up underneath your left thigh, pin it there, and extend the left arm up toward the ceiling and hinge over toward your right toes, but don't worry about the toes too much. See if you can work that elbow to the inner thigh here, pressing against it so that you can rotate the belly toward the ceiling, drawing the shoulder back. Take nice big breaths here, extending out the crown of your head. With the inhale, make your way back up again, and we'll switch sides. So pin your left hand up underneath your right thigh, reaching the right arm up, take it over, stretching toward your toes, using the elbow at the inner thigh to move you a little bit deeper, a little bit more open. And bringing it back up on an inhale. Taking the hands between the legs here, sitting nice and tall. We're just going to hinge forward. So the hands can kind of move wherever you'd like them to, but avoid rounding through the spine. Big full breaths. We'll hinge back up again and bring the legs back together. Wiggle them around a little bit, bring some life back into them here. And then let's make our way around onto hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, spread the fingers wide and find a nice even body weight on the hands. From here, let's take the right hand and weave it under, down to the elbow or all the way down to the shoulder. This is a nice little twist, and if you want more, you can press into the right arm and into the left hand with the elbow pointing up toward the ceiling. Try to keep the body weight even on the knees. Head and neck are comfortable here. Big full breaths. And you can always add on extending the left arm, lifting the left leg, any fancy little thing that you'd like, or just keep it simple. Let's gently make our way back out of that into the all fours again. And then we'll move to the second side. So bringing the left elbow or shoulder to the floor. Making sure your head and neck are comfortable. Everything else is exactly as you want it here. And then pressing more into the left arm and the right hand to make your twist a little deeper if that's where you're going with it. Adding the arm reaching and the leg lifting if you'd like to on this side. And then making your way back up into your all fours position again. Let's go ahead and sit back into a child's pose here. Letting the spine lengthen, and just kind of resting into this deep, deep fold. Let's make our way back up onto hands and knees and then shift into kneeling plank. So the hands a handprint forward, knees a knee print back, wherever you need to move there. So just finding neutral, making sure the belly is pulled in, shoulders are neutral on the back. And then we're going to move between our child's pose and this kneeling plank. So shift forward to your kneeling plank and then back. Follow your breath here. Inhale as you shift forward. And exhale as you move back into your child's pose. If you need to bump this up, you can of course shift back from down dog into a full plank. But just listen to what your body needs, keeping it simple or not so much. Connected to the breath. And then allow yourself to move into down dog. And let yourself wiggle and shift here if you haven't already in that down dog. Getting a nice stretch here. Settling in. And then shifting forward. Finding plank and back down to the knees again. We're going to take the right foot over to the right side of the mat. Right hand, right knee, left foot, all in a nice straight line. And then extend that left arm either up toward the ceiling or reach it over toward the top of your mat. Great big stretch up the left side. Shift it back into your kneeling plank. And then switch, taking your left foot to the left side of the mat. Right arm either again up toward the ceiling or up overhead, reaching toward the top of your mat here. Lift the hips, get that nice big stretch up the right side. And then release that and make your way back to your kneeling plank. Drop it down to the belly. Slide the hands next to the side ribs. Hug your elbows and roll your shoulders here. Holding a little tiny baby cobra, you can pull and a little press if you want to come up a bit higher. Releasing that. Lifting yourself back to your kneeling plank and then all the way back into your child's pose again. Bring it up on the heels. And then take the legs back around front. From here, we're going to have the feet flat to the floor. Hang on to your hamstrings. Keep your chest open and lifted. And maybe just lift your feet up off the floor. You can hang on for dear life here. You can take the shins parallel to the floor. You can extend the legs up toward the ceiling. Hang on or let go in any one of those places. Keep the chest open and lifted and balance here. Bringing the soles of the feet together then. Reach down for your ankles, draw the heels in toward the groin. Keep the chest open and lifted so you can balance. And instead of hanging on to the ankles, see about taking the index and middle fingers and wrapping them around your big toes. Extend the right leg. And then bring it back. Extend the left leg. And then bring it back and extend them both. Keeping your chest lifted, try to stay balanced, you're breathing. Bring the soles of the feet back together and hang on to your ankles again. Staying balanced, and then go ahead and drop your chin to your chest, round through your spine, and roll yourself down onto your back. Keep the soles of the feet together here. Bring the feet to the floor and open the knees out to the sides. Releasing the lower belly, the inner hip. If you'd like, you can take your hands to the tops of your thighs and press your lower body away from your upper body, adding that little bit of stretch. We'll bring the knees back together. And then cross the left ankle over the right knee, reaching back behind the right thigh, interlace the fingers, and draw that leg in toward the body. Let the spine round up here. If it's rounding up, don't make it if it's not. And then keep the arms drawing in, bring it in as close as it can get. At the same time, press the leg into the hands, and if you were rounding up, see if you can kind of flatten out again. Turning the tailbone toward the floor, relaxing the shoulders back. And then we'll release that. Switch sides, right over left, reaching back behind the left thigh, interlacing the fingers and drawing in toward the chest. Same idea here. Being observant if the body is rounding. Keep the arms pulling toward the body. Press the leg back into the hands and see if you can kind of flatten out again. Big full breaths. And then release. Both feet flat to the mat. Let's open our arms out into a T position here. Picking the hips up, take them over to the left edge of the mat and let your knees fall to the right. Relax the legs. You can look over the left hand if you like. Keeping the spine long. You can leave the knees bent or maybe extend that left leg, taking your toe somewhere near your right hand. Doesn't have to be in it, just over there. Same idea here, just let the legs rest to the side. Feel that extra stretch, and if it's too much, you bend at the knee again. Bending at the knee, let's come back to center, and then we'll switch sides, taking the hips over to the right and letting the knees fall to the left. Relax into your twist here. If you'd like, extend the top leg, toes toward the left hand, keeping that leg relaxed as well. Bending back to the knee and making your way back to the middle. Let's draw the knees into the chest and allow yourself to just rock, massaging the back on the mat. Drawing the knees in as tight as you can. Draw your forehead toward your knees. Squeeze. And then release into a full body stretch. Get really long. And then release that. Bringing the arms back down by your sides. Take a moment to get comfortable, feeling aligned on the mat. When you've found that place, allow the muscles to release. Keeping the mind present and quiet. Allowing the muscles and the mind to rest. Remember, you can stay here as long as you'd like. When you're ready, gently make your way back to seated. Bringing the palms to touch. Namaste.